Good morning everyone. Myself Suman Meena, PGT Commerce, KV3, Jaipur. Students, today we are going to learn the basic accounting terminology. What do you mean by terminology? Terminology, or you can say a term. There are certain basic accounting terms which are daily used in the business world. Before recording the transaction in the books, it is essential to understand these terms, as these terms have their specific meanings in accounting. So these terms are called accounting terminology. So let's start with the first term, business. Business includes all occupations in which people are busy in earning income either by production or by purchase and sales or exchange of goods and services to satisfy the needs of other people with the main motive of earning profit. Another term is trade. Trade means purchase and sale of goods and services in order to earn profit is called trade. Another term is profession. Any work done in order to earn profit which necessarily requires prior training and education is called a profession. For example, doctors required prior training and education. As well, lawyers also, engineers and teachers also need to educate priorly and need to take training from the training institutes. Another term is proprietor. Who is proprietor? Proprietor is the person who invests capital in the business and entitled to have all profits and losses of the business. And you can say proprietor is the owner of the business. The nature of proprietor depends upon the type or nature of the business organization. Another term is capital. What is capital? Capital refers to the amount invested by the proprietor in a business enterprise. Amount may be in the form of cash, it may be in the form of goods or assets. It is the amount with the help of which goods and assets are purchased in the business. So students, how can we calculate capital if there are assets and liabilities are also given? So we can find out capital by deducting all liabilities from the assets. Another term, assets. What are assets? Assets means which is in the possession or it is the property of business enterprise, including the amount due to it from others is called an asset. In another words, you can say anything which will enable a business enterprise to get cash or a benefit in future is an asset. Student, there are various types of assets. We categorized all the assets into 5 categories. Number 1, fixed assets. Fixed assets are also known as non-current assets. Non-current assets refers to those assets which are held for continued use in the business for the purpose of producing goods or services and are not meant for sale. Examples of non-current assets, as you can see in the picture: land, building, plant, machinery, furniture, motor vehicle, etc. Fixed assets or non-current assets have 2 types. One is tangible assets and another is intangible assets. Let's know about the both the terms, intangible assets and tangible assets. What are tangible assets? Tangible assets are those assets which can be seen and touched. In other words, we can say intangible assets are those assets which have a physical existence, such as land, building, plant, machinery, computer, motor vehicle, furniture, stock, etc. Another is intangible asset. Intangible assets are those assets which do not have a physical existence. Means we cannot see these assets and we cannot touch them. Means what it means? Means we can only feel. Examples of such assets like goodwill, trademarks, copyright, license, patents, brands, etc. Next type of assets, Current assets. Current assets are those assets which are meant for sale or which the management would want to convert into cash within a year. Note the point, which can be converted into cash within a year. As such, these assets are also termed as short and active assets. Examples of such assets: debtors, raw material, finished goods, cash balance, bank balance, etc. And last type of assets are fictitious assets. Fictitious assets in the true sense, these are not an asset in the true sense, but this is a huge amount of expense or losses which are unclaimed in profit and loss account during the year in which they are incurred. Examples of such assets: any loss on issue of debenture, issue of equity share, issue of preference shares. Another example of these: business promotional expenses, preliminary expenses, discount on issue of debenture, discount on issue of equity shares, and discount on issue of preference shares. So let's come to the another term is liability. What is liability? It refers to the amount which the firm owes to outsiders. Means a firm owes from outsiders. It can be expressed by this formula, as you can see in the picture. Liabilities can be found out by deducting capital from assets. Liabilities also have two types: long-term liabilities and short-term liabilities. Long-term liabilities are also known as non-current liabilities. Non-current liabilities means what? These refers to those liabilities which fall due for payment in a relatively long period. Long period means more than 1 year. For example, long-term loans from financial institutions, from banks, debentures issued by the companies, etc. And what are short-term liabilities? They can also treated as current liabilities. Current liabilities refers to those liabilities which are to be paid in a near future. Near future means within a year. Examples of such liabilities: creditors, bank overdraft, bills payables, etc. Another term is drawing. What is drawing? Any cash. Students, please note, any cash or value of goods withdrawn by the owner for personal use or any private payment made out of the business funds are called drawings. Another term is goods. What are goods? Goods are the things which are bought and sold by the business are called goods. Goods may be raw material, it may be in form of work in progress, and it may be in form of finished goods. Another term is purchase. The term purchase is used only for the purchase of goods in which the business deals. What it means? Business deals. For example, a manufacturing concern, goods. For a manufacturing concern, goods means acquiring of raw material for the purpose of conversion into finished goods and then sale. In case of trading concern, goods are those things which are purchased for resale. In the both cases, the purpose is to make a profit by its resale. Goods bought for resale are called purchase. Another term, sales. Sales means transfer of ownership of goods or services to customers for a price. Let's take one example. If X sells computer to Y, if X sells computer to Y, the ownership of computer will be transferred from X to Y, and Y will receive the computer and X will receive agreed price of computer. So this transaction can be termed as sales. Now another term, purchase return. Students, when purchase goods are returned to the suppliers, these are known as purchase returns, and this is also termed as return outwards. As picture you can say, purchase returns are recorded in purchase book. Another term, sales return. Some customers might return the goods sold to them. These are termed as sales return, and it is also known as return inward. And the return inwards are also recorded in sales return book. Next term is stock. The term stock includes the value of those goods which are purchased for reselling and which are lying unsold at the end of accounting period. The same stock is called opening stock at the beginning of new accounting year. Means that closing stock at the end of year, that same stock is called opening stock at the beginning of next year, next accounting year. There are some types of stock such as stock of raw material, stock of work in progress, and stock of finished goods. Stock is also known as inventory. So we can say inventory of raw material, inventory of work in progress, and inventory of finished goods. Let's know firstly inventory of raw material. It includes inventory of raw materials purchased for using them in the products manufactured but still lying unused. For example, the value of cotton in case of cloth mills is the inventory of raw material. Similarly, metal parts and ingots are the raw material bought by company that manufactures car, and crude oil is the raw material for an oil refinery. Another type of inventory, work in progress. Inventory of work in progress. It is also termed as inventory of partly finished goods. It means goods in semi-finished from such goods need further processing for converting into finished products. And last one is inventory of finished goods. It includes the inventory of those goods which have been completely processed and are ready for sale but are lying unsold at the end of an accounting period. Let's take next new term as revenue. What is revenue? These are the amount received by a business for selling goods or services. This amount is received from day-to-day business activity in the form of rent, in the form of commission, and in the form of discount and dividend. Another term is expense. Expense is the cost. Students, please note, expense is the cost incurred in the producing and selling of the goods and services. In another words, we can say expense is the cost of use of things or services for the purpose of generating revenue. These includes payments made for wages, salaries, freight, advertisement, rent, insurance, etc. In another word, we can say that the cost of earning revenue is an expense. What is expenditure? Expenditure, expense, they seems to be similar, but expenditure is different from expense. What is expenditure? Any disbursement of cash or transfer of property or incurring a liability for the purpose of acquiring assets, goods, or services is called expenditure. It increases the profit earning capacity of the business. It is for long time period. There are two types of expenditures. First one is capital expenditure and second one is revenue expenditure. Let's know about the capital expenditure. What is capital expenditure? Any expenditure which is incurred in acquiring or increasing the value of fixed assets is termed as capital expenditure. The amount spent on purchase or erection of building, plant, furniture is capital expenditure. Such expenditure yield benefits over a long period, hence return on asset side. You can see in the picture there are some examples of capital expenditures such as investment in computers, investment in machinery, land, buildings, software, vehicles, etc. Another type of expenditure is revenue expenditure. Any expenditure, the full benefit of which is received during one accounting period is called revenue expenditure. As such, all the revenue expenditures are debited to trading and profit and loss account, and such expenditure does not result in an increase in the earning capacity of the business, but only helps in maintaining the existing earning capacity. It also does not bring into existence an asset of an enduring nature. You can say some example, you can see some examples of revenue expenditures such as depreciation on machinery, cost of labor, rent paid, etc. Next term is income. What is an income? Income is different from revenue. Please note the point. Income is different from revenue. Amount. Let's know about all the terms which seems to be similar. First one, amount received from sale of goods is called revenue. Note it. Amount received from sale of goods is called revenue, and the cost of goods sold is called expense. Now, the surplus of revenue over expense. Surplus of revenue over expense is called income. Okay, so we can find out incomes by this formula. We have to deduct all expenses from all revenues. Another term is loss. Loss is the term which conveys two different meanings. First, it conveys the result of the business for a period when total expenses exceeds the total revenues, and secondly, it refers to some fact or activity against which firm receives no benefit. Okay, so when expenses incurred are more than revenue, then the excess is called loss, and this reduces the capital of the business. Next term is gain. It is a monetary benefit, profit, or advantage resulting from event or transaction which are incidentally to business, such as sale of fixed asset, winning a court case, or appreciation in the value of an asset. Next term is cost. Total of direct or indirect expenses which are incurred for the production of goods and services is called cost. Like the cost of raw material, cost of labor, cost of other services used to make the article is called its total cost. Next term is discount. Concession or a rebate. Concession or a rebate is called a discount. Discount may be of two types. Number one is trade discount and another is cash discount. Let's know about the both cash discount and trade discount. What is trade discount? Trade discount is allowed by the businessman, or you can say allowed by a seller to its customer at a fixed percentage on the list or catalog price of the goods. It is called trade discount. Students, please note, trade discount is only allowed at a fixed percentage. Similarly, cash discount, when discount is allowed to the customer for making prompt payment, when discount is allowed to the customer for making prompt payment, it is called cash discount. For example, if a seller allows 2% discount for payment within a week, it will be called cash discount, and it is always recorded in the books of accounts. Next term is debtor. The term debtor represents those persons or firms to whom goods have been sold or services rendered on credit basis and payment has not been received from them yet. The person or firm, it may be an individual person, it may be a firm, it may be an organization who takes goods or services on credit basis from the business, are called debtors. Next term is creditor. Creditors are those persons or firms from whom, note it, from whom goods have been purchased and services procured on a credit basis and payment has not been made to them. The business owes money to them. The amount payable to creditor is a liability for the business. Next term is receivables. Receivables means the total amount which is to be received in business is called receivables. Similarly, payables, the total amount which is to be paid by the business is called payable. Next term is entry. Recording of transaction in books of accounts is called making an entry, or making the record of transaction in the books is called an entry. Turnover. Turnover is the term which is regularly used by the many businessmen. The total amount of cash and credit sales. Note it. The total amount of cash and credit sales during a particular period is called turnover. Another term is bad debts. It is the amount that has become irrecoverable. From a debtor, and it is a business loss, and it is debited to profit and loss account as in expenses. Means any person who is not able to pay off your debts is called bad debtor. Next is insolvent. A person or an enterprise which is not in a position to pay its debts. Note it, a person or an enterprise which is not in a position to pay its debts is called insolvent. Similarly, solvent is a person or an enterprise which is in position to pay its debts. Okay. Next term is voucher. Voucher is a written document through which financial transactions are recorded in the books. Firstly, note it, voucher is an evidence document through which financial transactions are recorded in the books is called voucher. As you can see in the picture, this is the format of voucher, or this is the specimen of voucher. Next term is account. A list of all transactions. A list of all transactions relating to a person, property, income, expenses is called into account. It is a tabular statement containing all the transactions of the same nature at one place under a common heading in a systematic manner is called account. And last term is commission. In a business activity, remuneration is paid to the agent for his services is called commission. It may be in fixed percentage, or it may be in fluctuate system. So student, I hope you understand very well the all basic terms of accounting. Thank you and have a nice day.